Thanks for joining us today. Today we have the wonderful Miss Darnita Marshall, who is the owner and founder of Better Living Starts Today, and who's also a former family member and always family member here at Avondale Library. How are you doing, Miss Darnita?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so thankful that you've agreed to be part of this project with me. You're just such a wonderful person, and I'm just so glad that I know you, and I'm very proud of your project that you're doing. So I'm hoping we can talk a little bit about that today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I just want to, for our viewers who don't know, like, when did Better Living Starts Today start? And before that, like, what gave you the idea to start a wellness blog?
Okay. Well, in 2019, I read a book entitled Prosumer Power by Bill Kwan. This book right here. And the book encouraged you to be your own brand and be mindful of multiple streams of income. I've always liked to research articles about healthy living, financial literacy, and how to have a better family life overall. And I shared that information with family and friends, and I wanted to share with others. Some people, took the advice, and some people did not take the advice. Prior to 2020, a lot of the articles that I read suggested you have 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Well, for those of us who practice it, it kind of helped us a little bit because we all know that 2020 was challenging. And the blog gives me an opportunity to share that information that is useful and that makes a difference.
So, how did COVID affect this new venture for you, and did it affect your planning on it, and what kind of projects do you have going on with your blog? Like, what are you currently covering?
Well, right now I'm working on marketing and branding my blog, and I'm doing that through tote bags, t-shirts, and notebooks. And I'm also working on expanding my streams of income. A lot of companies now let you wear your favorite college shirt or a company shirt or a shirt that's not too offensive. And I have family and friends who help promote the idea of health, wellness, and financial literacy on something we call T-shirt Fridays. And they wear their T-shirt to help promote it. And I continue to give information about healthy recipes, about healthy living, and also my yoga videos that are very helpful to people as well. And it's contactless, because of course it's a blog and you can get to it, but that is what I'm currently working on. And you mentioned COVID, how that affected. I have to tell you what happened to me last year. I ended up having, the tax appointment was canceled. And I had to do my own taxes. And that was, I was sort of intimidated by that. And so I just followed the steps. I went to the IRS website. I got all the information. I jotted down. I went through all the steps, and I was able to do that. I shared that on my blog, and I called it the fear of doing your own taxes. And that was a sense of accomplishment for me. But I knew other people were going through that as well. And so I wanted to share the experience. The blog was really ahead of its time too, because you share this information and you share your experience with people who have similar, and they're like, oh, I'm not in this alone. And so that's how the COVID affected me, is in that way that, I kind of did this information, and then it was like I went from step to step.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that, like, and I'm sure you remember that our patrons sometimes even now, are having problems with tax season because of COVID, and, the lack of, there are services in town, but, dependent upon circumstances, a lot of people have to do them by themselves. And so I didn't know that that was on your blog, so I'm gonna definitely recommend that. And also really happy to hear that you're doing your yoga classes virtual now, because they were really popular here, and we still have patrons who ask about it. So I'm glad that it's on your blog and you're continuing that. What is the importance of health and a healthy living for physical and mental well-being, especially right now when everybody, when people are still struggling and very sad or depressed and just dealing with, life, and, COVID's still happening?
Well, for one thing, exercise is like a de-stressor, and it brings a sense of calmness, which help to improve your mood and your mental health. When, before I started doing the tax, I went and took a brisk walk and then I came back in. And so it helps your mood and your mental health. And we think better and we make better decisions when we're at a place of calmness and in a better mood. And it also lowers your blood pressure. That's important. And also strengthening your bones and your muscles, especially as we get older. Your health is your wealth. But yes, that brings a sense of calmness. Your train of thought is better when you exercise and when you're really staying in that stillness of it.
What are the things that bring you joy outside of your now beautiful and exciting venture? What are the other things that just make you happy?
My faith, my family, and my friends. I realize I try to strive to maintain healthy relationships. It's important to me to consider the relationships in my life because they affect the quality of your life. It's the saying, make new friends, keep the old. One is silver, one is gold. I try to, because they add value to your life, whether it's physical, mentally, or emotionally. Because people can be an asset or liability. They can add to it or they can take away. So I have to be mindful, as well as for myself, am I adding value to the people that are around me? And especially now with this new normal, it's very important to not only be have an effect on my life, but my family life as well, like my husband and my son. So that's important to me, to maintain good relationships, as well as to be someone that is adding value to relationships as well.
I think of you as a forever librarian. And so, once a librarian, always one. So I'm sure that our viewers are very curious, like, what are some of your favorite books and what are you currently reading right now?
Well, I finished up what I was reading. You Can If You Think You Can by Vincent Norman Peale. I like the 100 section, the 300 section, and the 600 section. The Money Answer book by Dave Ramsey, I like that. I like Robert Kiyosaki as well. And I like to read the books like that would help to develop me better. We're always striving to improve ourselves and improve not only for ourselves, but for others as well. And so I love reading books about that information as well.
And I'm just so happy and proud to see you flourish and to see you chase after your dream, because there's just nothing more beautiful than that. And just know that everybody here, we love you, and everybody says hi. And everybody misses you, but we're also just so proud of you and happy for you. Are there any last words that you would like to say to anybody who's watching? Maybe some advice for any dreamers out there who are also trying to, maybe just take on that dream?
Yes, I want to encourage you and everyone else, be the best version of yourself. There's no one like you. And you have talents and you have abilities. And one of my quotes, I love the quote, is W. Clement Stone, and it's, there's little difference in people, but that little difference make a big difference. The little difference is attitude. The big difference is whether it's positive or negative. And so that's what I've been focusing on.
I absolutely love that. Well, thank you so much, Miss Darnita, for taking some time out for us. And so can viewers check out Better Living Starts Today, like through the blog, and purchase t-shirts that way?
They could contact me. I have them on there, and they can just contact me on through my blog, and I can do it that way. They can contact me, and also I have a link to Amazon and everything too as well. And just the articles, just read the articles, and if they're helpful, pass them along. And that's it. They sure can.
All right, awesome, because I'm going to go get a t-shirt.
Yes.
I have a moment today. I got a rep. All right, well, I hope you have a beautiful day.
Okay, thank you. You have a good one.